Hey everybody! Hands are said to be very hard to draw, but I'm going to show you how to start getting used to drawing them right now the easy way. Lay your hand down. Get a skinny pencil. I have a colored pencil here, and we're just going to sketch around our hand. Now you need to lean your pencil in a little bit in toward your hand, your point, because if you lean it outward, you'll have a very fat hand when you're done drawing it. So see how I lean my pencil in towards my hand as I go around? There you go. And you'll do the same thing. Just make sure your pencil stays the same angle all the way around, else you will have wobbling fat fingers, skinny fingers. It'll be all over the place. So keep it tilted in towards your hand all the way around consistently. So now when I take my hand off the paper, I am going to see some crooked lines. It just happens, but I'm going to straighten them out with my marker in a little bit. For now, I'm just going to draw in what looks like a nail. See, it just goes down like a big U on each finger. Now on the thumb, it's on the side of the nail. See, put your hand out. You see, you won't see your whole nail, just a little piece of it. Draw that. Now we're going to start with our marker, and we're going to smooth out those lines that don't look like they're right, because our pencil wobbled in or out a little too much, so it got a little crooked, but we'll smooth them out. That was just a pencil we used, and now we're using a marker. This is a wonderful way to get the feel of what it's like to draw the human hand. I got several more hands coming up in the next few days, so that ought to really solidify your skill.
Okay, it's starting to look a whole lot more like a hand, isn't it?
Now you'll notice we all have wrinkles right here on the knuckles of our hand, so we got to put those wrinkles in. I write just a little Z right a little below the nail and then in the middle. Put the lines below the finger, and then we got our thumb that has also a wrinkle in it, and we'll put the little kind of zigzag there.
We're going to speed up the tape now because we're going to color the hand. And you just pause it when you need to and get caught up and then restart it. I'll be waiting.
Here are the two colors I'm using, just a tan and a dark brown. I'm going really fast. And I'll have to do a couple layers to darken the hand a little bit more every time. I'll just put layer over layer. I go one way with my pencil, and then I'll turn around and do another direction. It seems to make it look a lot more smooth instead of seeing scratch lines. Just don't push down with your pencil too hard.
Here's a joke. I broke my finger last week. On the other hand, I'm okay. Now I'm going to use my dark brown and do some shading. I always use it right around the darkest edge, the black marker lines. That's where your hand, fingers, your skin will turn down and there'll be some shading in there. So that's where I'm putting it, all along the black line of the marker, where my skin would be. I will also put it in the cracks, in the lines and the zigzag of my knuckles, and there on the lines of my hand, the bottom of my fingers. All the way around my wrist also, and my thumb, and my fingernail.
Okay, I'm coloring my fingernails pink. I'm going to leave a little small area on that fingernail white to make it look shiny. So I go around that area and I do all the rest of the nail pink. And I do that on each one of them.
Now here I am, I'm using a darker shade of tan. I had a very light tan for the skin and a dark brown for the shading. And now I'm using a in-between tan. And I'm going right around that dark brown, same area. I'm just going around it a little, bringing it out a little farther toward the skin. And as I come in farther toward the skin off that line, I lighten my press that I have, pushing on it, so it lightens it up. I lighten my weight on my hand so it gets lighter and lighter as it comes out. It's called feathering. I'm feathering the color out lighter and lighter and lighter.
Here I'm using the Sharpie to make a shadow on the left hand side of my fingers. Just on one side, as if there was a shadow there. And I'm coloring that part with the Sharpie in with gray. Just a little bit. Just gives it a 3D look, don't you think? Now try to see if you can draw your hand freestyle. On a plain white sheet of paper, look at the hand you just drew or your hand and then try to draw it freestyle. If it's not right yet, don't worry. We got a series of part 1 and part 2 coming up with hands that should help you advance your skills.
Thank you guys for being here. Subscribe so you can see our next video. They come out about 3 times a week.
Bye-bye.